So you said 1.22, am I right? Okay, 1.22. So that's 3A. Silence, please. Okay, in grade 9, you were taught FOIL, okay, by your grade 9 teacher. Right? This question here, it's actually requesting you to multiply two binomials. Okay, but each binomial has got a term which is a fraction. So 3A by 2A, that will give you 6A squared. 3A by times 3 over A, that will give you a positive 9. Okay? Because, remember, when you're multiplying a whole number and a fraction, treat this 3A as a whole number. The 3A multiplies the numerator, which is 3. So 3A times 3 gives you 9A. 9A over A will give you what? A 9. Okay? Are you following? Yes, sir. Then, here, it's minus 1 over A. I hope that you are aware that for any fraction, like that one there, it can be written as minus 1 over A. It can also be written as minus 1 over A. It can be written as 1 over minus A. Those are three ways of writing the what? The fraction. So, I'm going to treat the numerator as negative, the denominator as what? Positive. So, minus 1 times 2A, that will give me negative 2A. Negative 2A over A will give me minus 2. Are you following? Then minus 1 times positive 3, that will give me minus 3. A times A, that will give me A squared. So my final answer is going to be 6A squared. This one is 9. 9 minus 2 gives me 7. So I can end up having positive 7 minus 3 over A squared. Okay? Right. I don't want to simplify this, but I can simplify it further. Okay? I can simplify it further by finding the LCD. Okay? I can simplify it further. If you stop here, it's fine, but it can be simplified further. What's the LCD? Don't forget that you did algebraic fraction last year. What's the LCD? Have you ever heard the word LCD? Yeah, then tell me, what's the LCD, people? No, it's A squared. Okay? If you've got an integer and a letter, if you want to determine the LCD, it should be equal to the letter. Because 1 is a factor of any letter in any number. Okay? So I'll multiply this 6A squared by A squared. I'll get 6A to the power of 4 plus. That's 7 by 7A squared minus 3 all over A squared. Yes?
So do we have to do that? Do we get like extra marks if we do that, or do we get like
Well, the question says simplify, so my suggestion is to go as far as that. Okay? Even if marks are allocated up to here, if you go as far as that step, then you are covered. But if you stop here and marks up, and there's a mark allocated for the last step that I wrote here, then you can be penalized. So my suggestion, go as far as there. Don't forget that you did algebraic fractions last year. Okay? For now, if you stop here, how many of you stopped here? Right, I'll give you full marks, but you need to know that you can carry on with the problem. All right. Another question? Another question? Huh? So exercise 1 is done. Let's go to exercise 2. Exercise 2. Are you okay with exercise 2? Right. Exercise 3. Huh? Are you okay with exercise 3? Exercise 4. 5. Okay, wait. 5.1. 5.9. Okay. Right. Can you be silent? Alright. This question is not as complicated as you might think, but I know from my experience that fractions are an issue. So the first part of the question, this m multiplies the binomial. So let's do that. So m times m gives you m squared plus. Now as I said earlier, treat this m as a whole number. Okay? So m times 1 gives you m over what? Over m. Then we are here now. Okay? 1 over m times m plus 1. So the numerator multiplies the m, you get m over m plus 1 over m. Okay? Then this becomes m squared. Now this m over m is equal to 1. So you are going to end up having 1 plus 1 plus 1 over m. And that will give you m squared plus 2 plus 1 over m. Okay? Alright. It is most likely that some of you will stop there. Okay, but we can carry on. So if I want to carry on from here, I'll end up having m squared. Actually it becomes m cubed. Remember the LCD? Okay? LCD, the denominator is 1 there, is 1 there. The LCD for that fraction there, that is 1 and m is going to be m. So I'll multiply the first term by m, that is the numerator and denominator, and I'll get m squared right, plus 2m plus. Now, here, the denominator is equal to the LCD. So we just write plus 1 there, all over m. Don't take a picture, please. Don't take a picture, please. Okay? Because I'll send you a PDF of this. There's no need to take a picture. Any question? So it's supposed to be m cubed. It's m cubed. Okay, it's m cubed. Sorry, it's m cubed. Okay. Any question? Then, but who simplified up to where I stopped? So you all stopped. Those who did, you stopped there. Okay. Another question? Another question? So for exercise 5, you're okay. Exercise 6. 6 point what? Okay, let's go. Okay. Before I carry on, have you ever heard of what are called perfect square trinomials? Have you ever heard of what are called perfect square trinomials? But last year, you factorized trinomials. Okay. The first step, right, for this one here, the square is affecting the 3 and the x plus y. So the best way is multiply the 3 by the x and the y first. And then the result or the product, you don't have to square that. So this will be 3x plus 3y squared minus. Now here is different from the first term. Well, this is one term. It's different. The square is affecting the x and the y, but it's not affecting the 3. Okay? So let me just write it as it is for now because I want to tell you something very important. Now, when it comes to trinomials, we have got trinomials that are called perfect square trinomials. When you factorize a perfect square trinomial, you get 2 identical binomials. Okay? So make sure you know this. I'm going to write it down here. Your grade 9 teacher was supposed to have taught you this. Perfect square trinomials. Right? There are 2, right? I'm going to write them in terms of x. Okay? If I give you x squared plus 2xy plus y squared, okay? If I give you that trinomial and I say factorize it, you don't need to stress, okay? When you factorize it, what do you get? Can someone tell us, factorize that trinomial, what answer do you get? Right, I want to remind all of you, maths is a continuous subject. The concepts you were taught last year, you need them now. Okay? So don't behave like you skipped grade 9. What are the factors of that? Yes. It will be x plus y, thank you, times x plus y. Now, do you see that those 2 binomial factors are equal? Do you see that? Now, we can write this as x plus y all squared. Okay? We can write that as x plus y what? All squared. Right? Now, this is the first perfect square trinomial. Okay? It has got a sister or a brother, which I'm going to talk about on the next page. The next one is going to be, let me write it on the side. The other one is going to be x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Can someone factorize that? Yes, Delma? X plus y? No. But at least you tried. Thank you very much. Yes? Thank you. So it's x minus y times x minus 1. Now again, do you see that the 2 binomial factors are the same? Do you see that? So we can write this as x minus y all squared. Now check this. This one here, the binomial factor has got an addition sign between x and y. For this one, there is a subtraction sign. Okay? So, why do we need that? for the question that we are doing now, 6.16, you need this knowledge. And also from now on. Okay? So I can carry on from here. Now that you know that we have got what are called perfect square trinomials, I can rewrite this. Okay, let me use a different color here, blue. But this one here, 3x plus 3y all squared. I can write it. It's very simple. You square this 3x. You square the 3x, you get what? 9x squared. Okay? Then plus. I'm putting a plus because there's a plus between the two terms. Right? In between here, you see that we have got the 2xy here. See the 2xy. So all you have to do is find the product of the two terms in the binomial. So 3x times 3y gives you what? 3x times 3y? 9y. That product multiplied by 2, you get 18x1. Are you following? Yeah, don't look down. You must look here. Okay, then, so I'm done with the first part and that one. The last term is so simple. Just square the second term in the binomial. Okay, so you get plus 9y squared. Okay, are you following that? Then we are here. Now, the second part now, you have to be extremely careful because of this minus, that minus there. So my suggestion, introduce a square bracket. Okay, if you want, you can introduce a square bracket. So I'm going to say minus 3, open square bracket, right? I'm going to simplify that x plus y all squared, right? I now know that if I multiply x plus y all squared, I'll get a perfect square trinomial, and that perfect square trinomial will be x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Then I'll simplify, so I'll get 9x squared plus 18xy plus 9y squared minus 3x squared. I'm now removing the square bracket. You can use circular brackets as well there. That's minus 6xy minus 3y squared. Okay? Then you add or subtract the like terms. So 9x squared minus 3x squared will give me 6x squared. 18xy minus 6xy will get positive 12xy. 9y squared minus 3y squared, you get positive 6y squared. So that will be your final answer. Okay, the final answer is a trinomial. Is there anybody who got that answer? All right. Okay. Any other question? Okay, 6.20. Let's go. All right. 6.20 says, okay, you've got the diagram, so let me try to sketch it. Okay, the dimensions of that small, and maybe we call it a square, yes? X minus. So I'm seeing there's a plus. I don't know. Okay, yes. Okay, it's in the question. So that's minus. Thank you for that. That's a minus, which means it's a rectangle, right? And then we have 5x minus 4y. Let's see. So the length of the side of a square, so that's a square, which means we have got 5x minus 4y. All the sides are equal to 5x minus 4y, right? The rectangle LMPG has a length of x plus 2y and a width of x minus 2y. Calculate the area of the shaded section, right? So you need to calculate the area of the shaded part. Now, what's the basic thing here? Find the area of the square, determine the area of the rectangle, subtract the area of the rectangle from the area of the square. So, it's not complicated. So we'll say area of square is equal to, we can say S squared. Okay, from your knowledge of area. Now S squared is going to be 5x minus 4y all squared. Then you come back to a perfect square trinomial that I told you about. So you square the first term, you get 25x squared, right? Now, since there is a minus here, you put a minus there. Then you multiply the two terms that are inside the bracket. So it's 5x times 4y, you get 20xy. Then you multiply that 20xy by 2. So you get 40xy plus the square of the second term, which is 16y squared. So if you did the work, mark your work if you did this part right. Because in a test you get some part marks so far. You get marks, you get this part right. The area of the square. Now we find the area of the rectangle. Area of the rectangle, that's equal to LB. So that will be x plus 2y times x minus 2y. Okay? So x by x will give us x squared. X by minus 2y you get minus 2xy plus 2y times x you get positive 2xy. Okay? Now this is actually a difference of two squares. The answer to that we'll get it. Remember you did a difference of two squares last year? Right? Then 2y times minus 2y you get minus 4y squared. So your final answer here will be x squared minus 4y squared. Okay? X squared minus 4y squared. Now, once you get there, you're almost done. Also, give yourself some marks there. Put some ticks if you did that part, right? Then, the area of the shaded part. Area of shaded part is going to be equal to, right? We have our perfect square trinomial, that's 25x squared. So that will be 25x squared minus 40xy plus 16y squared. Then we subtract, okay? We subtract x squared minus 4y squared. X squared minus 4y squared. Right? So you will end up getting 24x squared. Remember, you only subtract the like terms. Then we don't have the term in xy there, so I'll pass that, and minus 40xy, 16y squared plus 4y squared, I'll get positive 20y squared. Okay. Just mark your work if you did the rest. Okay. Any question? If you don't have a question, then it means we are done with the product. Yes? Okay. I want you to be aware that here, The 16y squared is positive. There is this minus, and there's another minus. So this minus and that one will end up becoming what? Positive. Okay. Right, so we're done with products. Now on Tuesday, right, the investigation, there's no need for you to stress. If you know some of the things that I was doing today, if you've understood them, you go over the worksheet that I will send you later today on factorization, right, you will be okay. The investigation is not difficult. Okay. All right. All right. Those of you who are interested, listen. Those of you who are interested in